guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a review on Sarah's Day's new app, Sunee. And if you're not aware of the app, it is an app that has tons of recipes available to you that are all based around holistic, healthy, and plant-based eating. If you have any dietary restrictions like vegan, paleo, gluten-free, there are so many recipes available to you. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a brief breakdown of the app and kind of share my opinions, what I like and what I don't like about the app. So let's get into it. Okay, so a really quick review of this app. When you download the app, you right away have access to a couple recipes to kind of test the waters, see if you like the recipes, kind of dip your toes into it before signing up for a subscription plan. So this app does require a subscription plan. There's 3 options available. They have 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. The prices that I'm going to be giving you of these subscription plans are in Canadian, so it does vary where you do live in the world. So in Canadian dollars, for 3 months it is $42, for 6 months it is $65, and for 12 months it is $105. So the longer you sign up, the cheaper it does get monthly. So something that is nice about this app is that they continuously add new recipes each week, so there's always fresh recipes to try out. So when you sign up for the subscription, you have a ton of recipes available for you, and they're all kind of broken up into subcategories like breakfast, main meals, condiments, desserts, kind of things like that. And then they also have a section for filters. So if you have any dietary restrictions or you want to try a meal that has a different restriction, you can click on that as well. So for me personally, I use the vegan restriction. So I just want to see all the vegan meals. And if you scroll to the bottom of the subcategories, they have a section for a roulette, which is kind of fun. You can click on it and it will just kind of do like a spinning wheel. So if you really don't know what to make and you're like not sure and indecisive, you can click on that and it can kind of give you some inspiration or give you a recipe to try out. This does not work though if you have any specific dietary restrictions. So if I'm vegan, it isn't just like filtered through a vegan restriction, like it's all the recipes, like it just chooses from all the recipes in the app. So if you have any dietary restrictions, just mentioning that now, but if you don't have any, then you're perfectly fine. They also have 2 other sections that aren't just based on recipes. They have a section for better educating yourself to properly make meals, how to portion out your meals, how to consume just healthier plant-based meals. And then their second section is hot topics, which are articles based on healthy and holistic living and kind of how you can get better sleep, how you can get a better skincare routine, things like that. And then finally, in the last section, they kind of have all your information there, but they also have your favorites. So you can favorite articles or you can favorite your recipes. And if you ever want to go back to them or recreate them or anything like that, you can go into your favorite section so you don't have to search for them and have that recipe available to you, which, you know, it's kind of cool. It's nice to not have to search through things because there is a big database of recipes already on this app. So this is really just a brief breakdown of the app. If you want more details and a more in-depth review of the app, I will leave Sarah's video down below. You guys can check it out. But right now I want to share with you guys some of the pros and cons about the app. So let's start with some of the pros. So there's a huge array of plant-based meals available to you. Obviously, there's tons and tons of recipes already for different categories as well, like breakfast, main meals, snacks, condiments. There's a lot of recipes available to you and they're all plant-based and holistic. This is a great way to better educate yourself, try new recipes that are plant-based. A lot of us just don't eat plant-based recipes. We eat a lot of processed recipes. So if you're looking for healthier ways to live and healthier recipes to eat, this is a good way to kind of expand your horizons. Also, if you have any dietary restrictions, you can put a filter on to just see the recipes in your dietary needs. So if you're paleo, you can find recipes just for paleo, gluten-free, and for someone like me, I'm vegan. So you can put that filter on and you have access to just the vegan meals. Also, I was really happy with a lot of the vegan options that they already had available. They had pretty much in every single section you had access to vegan options. Also, I really like the roulette. I think it's a really kind of fun idea. Even though I can't use it specifically, maybe in the future they can put the filters on the roulette so you can have just vegan options available to you, paleo, instead of just having all the recipes available to you. That could be a future idea for them to update. However, I think it's a really great idea. There's many times where, you know, I'm just indecisive of what I want to eat and it's kind of it would be nice to just have the higher powers of the app to decide a meal for you and give you some inspiration. You're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna eat this then. So it's kind of fun to play if you don't really have any dietary restrictions and you don't really care what kind of meal you eat. And also, if you're not vegan, but you wanna try some vegan meals and you're not really sure where to start, there's tons of vegan options available to you. Same with like gluten-free or even paleo. There's tons of those options available to you. You don't have to just be vegan or to have those recipes. If you kind of want to switch things up, change things around, try vegan recipes, they're there for you. Also, a lot of the recipes are pretty easy and straightforward to follow, and they also have in some recipes little tips. So when you're cooking, you can kind of click on it and see little tips that she wants to share with you guys to kind of better the recipe. Also, this app is backed by a naturopath and a nutritionist, so it's not just some influencer selling you an app. It's also backed by 2 other professionals in the field of health, holistic and healthy eating. Okay, so some of the cons about this app. The first one I think that a lot of people have been discussing about is the cost of the app. The cost is pretty high. Like I said, it does go down if you get a longer subscription, but it is pretty high, not gonna lie, and it sometimes sucks when you do have to pay a subscription for an app. It is nice that they do add recipes every week, but that is a little bit of a con, and I've seen a lot of people discussing it and how they don't really love the whole idea of the subscription. So that is just something to think about. So the next con kind of really just depends where you are in the world. I know right now Australia is in the middle of summer and they have tons of fresh fruits available to them just because they have a hotter climate. Whereas here in Canada, as I sit inside freezing my butt off all the time and looking at like 4 feet of snow right outside, a lot of these fruits aren't available to us. And so if you're thinking about doing a lot of smoothie bowls or just smoothies in general, they do ask for a lot of fresh fruits that we just don't have available right now. So maybe consider putting off your subscription until the summer when they are more available to you, because like some of the recipes ask for watermelon, and I don't think I could find a watermelon in the grocery store right now, and if I could, it would be very, very expensive. And this also leads me into my next point, and that is that a lot of these ingredients can kind of be intricate and hard to find. I've spent a lot of time learning about plant-based foods and what is good for your body and what you should be putting into your body and things like that. So I do know a lot about these foods that she has in the recipes. However, if you're new to plant-based eating, some of these ingredients you're gonna go, I've never heard of that and I have no idea where to find that. A lot of these ingredients are not available to us in our typical grocery stores. You usually do have to go to a specialty health food store to find some of these ingredients. So for example, they ask for maca powder, and I know a lot of people, if I asked pretty much anyone in my family what maca powder is, they would look at me like I'm crazy. So I know it might be a little more difficult for people to find some of these ingredients. Like, they are a little intricate. However, these are based on plant-based living. I understand that if you want to get more into plant-based living, you do have to, really take time to find these ingredients. And because these ingredients are not typical in our grocery stores, definitely here in Canada, let alone in North America, it does get expensive. So that is also something to consider, where it can get expensive. Something like also like dragon fruit, that is kind of hard to find. Same with acai powder or acai fruit or whatever you want to call it. That is not as easy to find, and if you find it, it can be kind of expensive. Not all recipes require expensive stuff. I will say that again, not all the recipes will have expensive things. However, some of them can be expensive. Also, some of their recipes called for something like gluten-free oats. I'm not gluten-free, so I just use regular oats. So that's something that you can kind of change. However, I would not know where to find gluten-free oats if I actually stuck to every single thing in the recipe. So that is just something to consider. However, maybe if you're gluten-free, you might easily find that stuff, but it really just depends how much you know about plant-based eating and where you are in the world and how accessible some of the things are to you. And the final con is that if you track your food, that information is not available. Sarah's all about intuitive eating, and so there's not really any calories or any macros about the meal on the app. So if you want to get that information, you kind of have to input all the information in your FitnessPal or whatever you use to track your food and do it that way. It's a bit longer that's just like a little con if you end up tracking your meals. I'm someone who eats intuitively. I don't track that often. I do every once in a while if I want to cut back or anything. But it's all about plant-based eating. You're putting healthy foods in your body regardless. I do think that that is good for your body. You're giving your body proper nutrition, but it really just depends how you approach food. If you approach food with calorie counting or macro counting, this is something to consider. So in the end, would I recommend this app? If you have the money available to invest in the subscription, I would recommend it. If you want to live a healthier, more plant-based lifestyle, this is a great source for plant-based recipes, not just smoothies or smoothie bowls. There's main meals, there's desserts, there's snacks. There is a good amount of recipes available to you. Also, if you have any dietary restrictions and you want to eat plant-based, a really great source. And the recipes that I have tried are very filling and very tasty. Something that I have always kind of preached, that if you want to live a healthier plant-based lifestyle, a great way to incorporate new healthy meals instead of going cold turkey is trying one new recipe each week. And this is a really great source. So if you want to try a new recipe each week, each month, here's a good source if you just want to kind of step into a more plant-based lifestyle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little mini review on the app. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below. You guys know where it is. And don't forget to be unstoppable. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Summer days burn me out, love just brings me down. Cold inside like windshield leaves that slowly leave the ground. Hey, you come back, I wanna give you a chance. Love me like you used to, so we can learn again. The skin is getting brown, baby, drink your night.